So now it is time to move to reveal the University of Helsinki Open Science Award 2021 winner. As I mentioned before, award will be given the 5th time, and this year the scope was accessibility and reusability of research data. The director of the Finnish Museum of Natural History, Aino Jusleen, and the university librarian Kimmo Tuominen, who is the head of the Helsinki University Library, will now award the winner. So Aino and Kimmo, thank you.
Yes, hello everyone, it's nice to be here for finally after so much telecommuting. So we are going to talk about the annual University of Helsinki Open Science Award. This is a recognition of exceptional work in promoting open science. And the theme of this year's award is accessibility and reusability of research data. And our goal, or the goal of this award, is to highlight the importance of accessible and reusable research data to science and to the academic community. And our university community has made nominations for the prize, and we had a jury who assessed these nominations, and this jury consisted of Vice Rector Paula Eerola, IT Manager Minna Harjuniemi, and Aino here, and Senior Advisors Tiina Käkelä and Marko Peura, and myself. And we decided to give the recognition to 2 nominees who both represent long-term grassroots work in enabling and promoting the use of valuable research data.
And the award goes to Research Coordinator Kati Lassila-Perini for her work in utilizing the open data of particle physics in research and education. And to the Language Bank of Finland, and especially its Donate Speech project. Kati could not come here today, so we will send the award diploma to her. However, the representative of the Language Bank, Research Director Krister Lindén, is here with us. Krister, could you please come to the stage and receive the diploma and the flowers? Our warmest congratulations, and you will find more detailed descriptions of the awarded projects soon from Flamma, our intranet, and also from the public web pages of the university. Thank you.
So next, Research Director Krister Lindén from Language Bank and the project Donate Speech will have their talk. So please, Krister.
So I'm waiting for the slideshow. Okay, so there. My name is Krister Lindén. I'm the national coordinator of FIN-CLARIN and also the principal investigator of FIN-CLARIA. And the Language Bank of Finland is a centralized service of CLARIA Finland, which is a research infrastructure for the humanities and social sciences. And you need to understand that this research infrastructure has 2 components. It's CLARIN and DARIAH. And Finland is a national member of CLARIN with the FIN-CLARIN consortium, but the University of Helsinki is a cooperating member of DARIAH. CLARIN ERIC was founded in 2012, and the leading way of structuring the data collection there is that there are similar language banks in all countries, and we have international cooperation and sharing of resources so that not every country needs to collect all language-based resources. And the member countries are currently 22, and there are 3 observers and a supporting member. Now, DARIAH is in a way similar, but they have organized their work according to thematic work groups to empower research communities with digital methods. And there are currently 19 members and 8 cooperating partners. If you look at what they have in common, so you can structure the whole thing around resource families. So you have corpora of various kinds, lexical resources and tools, and there are work groups in DARIAH then around these with methods and also how to utilize them. If you look at the activities in Finland, then the University of Helsinki and CSC are the coordinating partners responsible for access and long-term storage to centrally provided resources. Whereas the other universities in Finland, as well as the Institute of the Languages of Finland and the National Archives and the National Library, provide access to resources and tools developed more locally, either by these organizations or by individual researchers or research groups. Now we get to an example of the typical centrally developed resource. So this is Donate Speech, and it was done in cooperation with YLE, which is the national broadcasting company, former VAKE, the state development company, and then the FIN-CLARIN partners. And the Language Bank of Finland will take care of the sharing and distribution of the resource, and we were also involved in the planning of it. And the resource is intended as a data set to develop artificial intelligence for understanding everyday Finnish. And then you can, why did you need, or why do we need to collect speech separately? I mean, couldn't we just take the data from the parliament, for example? There are 3,000 hours there. Well, it's not everyday speech. And then couldn't we just take programs from YLE? I mean, they have lots of radio programs, but of course they have a lot of intellectual property right and copyright attached to them, so that's a jungle there. And then couldn't we just take a phone company? I mean, people speak over the phone all the time. So, but of course we have data protection issues. So we needed a dedicated effort to collect resources for this purpose. And here you can see the first page of the Donate Speech, Lahjoita Puhetta. You can go there and it's still active, so you can click on a theme and then you get an inspirational video and then you can start recording your contribution. And the collected speech content, well, favorite topics have been My Dearest Pet and what makes a cozy home, but also things related to COVID and the change in work environment for distance work. And with this, we've been able to collect full regional and dialectal coverage, and 96% were native speakers. And interesting fact is that almost 70% were female speakers. We expected slightly less because this is kind of techy, but maybe not. And then the age distribution is between 20 and 70, but we also have data from other, or younger and older. And the data accumulated by September 2021 is approximately 240,000 contributions with an average length of approximately 1 minute. This is in total 4,000 hours. that has been collected during 1 year. And now we have already transcribed 1,500 hours of these, and those will be used for training, and there are also interesting perspectives on how to use transliterated data. In order to be able to use this data, we have an introduction to speech analysis and various courses online for corpus linguistics and a data clinic, where we give advice to PhD students and researchers on how to collect data, but also how to process existing data. And if you wish to know what resources we have and how to get access to them, you can go to our homepage, and there you get advice on these issues. A quick overview of the data that we have. Cultural heritage has always been transmitted through storytelling. And in the olden days, people sat around bonfires and told stories to one another. So we have old fairy tales and folk tales. And then today, people sit in front of their computer and tell stories to one another. So we have social media. And then if you want to do fact-checking, we have 200 years of the newspapers from the National Library, where you can go and see what's happened. And if you wish to know what decisions have been made, you can look at the video sessions from the Finnish Parliament, because we have those as well. And now we have news from YLE, their web services, and in addition, also the Donate Speech. All this material is available in 3 different categories. So you have this publicly available data, but then you have certain data that is licensed only for academic purposes, and some, because of data protection reasons, is only available on personal or with a personal license. The users of the language bank are typically people from the social science and the humanities, but a large portion of researchers also do data science, statistics, visualization, machine learning, and AI research. And if you wish to know how to use the data, you can go and look at our Researcher of the Month. We have been collecting those for quite some time, so you can see who they are, what they are interested in, what resources they have used, and their publications. It's all there if you click on the name. And this hasn't gone unnoticed in a wider context. This year, for the Lahjoita Puhetta, we got the Best Data Collection Service. It's Grand One Marketing Prize. In September, we got Best Teaching with Infra Award from FIN-CLARIN, and then I guess the most prestigious of them all, the Best European Digital Audio Project, Prix Europa, which is actually a film award, which we got together with YLE for innovative use of a national broadcasting company to collect data and promote science. And the next steps is that next month, a similar campaign as Lahjoita Puhetta will actually start for Swedish in Finland, Donera Prat, together with YLE and the Swedish Literary Society. And there are plans for collecting Swedish in Sweden and Sami, and then there were, just the other week, some Estonian ministries got in touch and they would like to do a similar campaign in Estonia. So, thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Krister. Does audience have any questions for Krister? There is a question.
Yeah, thank you for the interesting presentation. I would just like to ask that when you it must have been an amazing team to plan this data collection, because, for example, when I made my speech, behavioral scientist, could you tell about the team? How did you plan it that it was so easy to talk to a video camera, to a stranger person, tell about your personal things? What kind of team did you have?
Well, I guess a lot of that a lot of credit to that goes to the professional team at YLE. They had a intense planning session where they went through a lot of topics, and they also tested them through this app. And then a few final themes were selected, and I guess the idea was that it should be enticing and to say something based on the inspirational video or picture that you got.
Yeah, you really did well. It was a small therapy session.
Yes. There is actually a question in Swedish or Finnish in Presemo. Kommer ni att samarbeta med SLS när ni gör finlandssvenska? Tänker på Talko.
Ja, jag kan ju svara på svenska då när frågan var på svenska. Det kommer vi att göra. Svenska litteratursällskapet står ju bakom den här kampanjen som jag nämnde, som kommer att starta i slutet av november. Och den kommer väl då att pågå åtminstone det närmaste året för att samla in finlandssvenska.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Krister, and congratulations again, and applauses to Krister. Thank you. Thank you.